Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If you've been with me from episode 1 to 4, thank you for sticking around. And if you're new here, I'm genuinely glad to have you tuning in. So yeah, this week I kind of dropped the ball. I forgot to post Sticker Tuesday. Honestly, work got super busy and yeah, it's just, life happens. So apologies for that. I really appreciate your understanding and hope to be back on track next week. I'm gonna put a freaking alarm or some kind of reminder to remind me to post Sticker Tuesday. In terms of followers, thank you guys so much. We crossed 100 followers. I can't believe, within a week we did 16 followers. So we're actually crossed 115, which is pretty amazing. And our recent post as well, we posted this thing. Basically, it's our strategy performance page on Notion. I'll go over that towards the end of the video, but it's just a public record of every strong buy signal our system has flagged, and it's whether through Ticker Tuesday or customer scans or YouTube content or public signals or even our picks, and it just shows you a log showing how the setups have performed over time. And I really liked the My Story on Blossom. I know it was for like an event or some kind of um, I don't know, winning thing or whatever. But what I liked about it is the post would really get to people and the view counts would be high as well. But now you gotta post in one of these topics, and I feel I'm not sure if people are actually monitoring those topics, but I felt like My Story was going out a lot quicker. I mean, like if you look at here, 272 views, 138, and then 230, and then if you, I think, yeah. So this was, I think, when My Story was still open, and that's 1,280, and 1,500, 2,300. So quite big drop in terms of the view count and even engagement. So I'm not sure if that's something Blossom should look at, or it's maybe I'm quite small, so I don't have the coverage yet. Either way, I'm happy for the 115 followers. Super awesome. Didn't expect to have that when I initially started, and even didn't expect to have a YouTube channel. So yeah, coming to this week's video, it's gonna probably be short. I'll just go over the public signals that we had and last week's signals and even some of the signals in the previous videos. And then I'll go over that strategy performance page. So obviously, first public signal, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about BWMX quite a bit. But the cool thing was this Friday, I believe, an analyst maintained the price target at 22.50, which is quite a bit of upside from where we bought it at 9.15. More than double in terms of the percent gain, which is pretty amazing. We don't look at price targets or even analyst ratings with being the holy grail of like, okay, yeah, this is where it's gonna go. But it's nice to have that vote of confidence. Obviously, analysts just keep changing their prices whichever way the price goes depending on the earnings. So it's not like a marker or a post that you can point to and expect. But it at least gives you an idea of, based on their analysis, at least this is where it goes. So in terms of the chart, obviously I showed this last week. I think we had the strong buy at 9.15. From there, 30% was reached at 11.90. So we took off 50% of the position, and then it almost reached 60%. That's where we take off 25% of the position. But just 2 more percent, but it didn't work out. And we're also seeing a bit of selling. I'm expecting, with the dividends coming up there, probably there's going to be more selling. But it will be interesting to see if the stock will retrace back to a healthy point, obviously make a higher low, and then continue its direction um, or the trend. But yeah, we're just curious to see where it goes. So far, I'm happy with the stock. Did well on the earnings, got some good analyst ratings as well. Be nice to see this stock go all the way to 22.50 or even more than that. It is nice that it's made a higher low in terms of in terms of the bigger scale from 2022 to now 2025. So that's a long trend of, a retrace. But yeah, let's see where this stock goes to. The other stock that I posted about was ALTI. So if I can just pull that up. Yeah, so this one, we had our subscribers get into this, and um, it was, I would say, up and down around our buy position, wasn't doing too well. But then there was news that well, I wouldn't say news, it was more like a rumor that there is a possible buyout, or there's, take private transaction, and JP Morgan's going to be the advisor for that. So it kind of bumped up the stock to 18% on the day, which was kind of nice. So in terms of the chart, if I can pull it up here, it's not the greatest chart in terms of momentum buildup. I mean, yeah, you do have a little bit of a trend building up here, but in terms of our position, if I can just make this a little bit more clear for everyone. Yeah, so we had a strong buy based on our strategy at 357. We missed that. I think I mentioned that in the post. But we did get in at 405, which was another buy signal from the strategy. And then obviously from there you can see we're up from our strong buy. If you did do that, you would have been able to take the 50% at the 30% mark. But yeah, let's see how this stock moves. Obviously, next week is earnings, so the stock might react bad, react good. As you can see, there's long big candles in either direction, so it is quite volatile, this stock. I am watching this stock pretty closely. I might move my stop loss up, just 10% or something close by, just because it was, as you can see here, we bought it around here in 9 June, and it was just going up and down, a little bit of a yay moment, and then just dumped again, and then now again it's up here. So quite volatile and moving right across our buy position, which I don't like. Either make up your mind and go to up, or just hit my stop loss, which would be nice. So yeah, let's see how this stock reacts. I would like it to go to at least 30% from the 405, so I can take out 50% of the position. Analysts are expecting the stock to go to $9. Now, obviously, I don't think the analysts have updated their targets based on this rumor of the buyout. But let's see what ALTI does next week. So moving on to the the past signals from your ticker submissions on Ticker Tuesday. 2 weeks ago we had Blink, Grab, Sound, and Viking Therapeutics. They were all normal buys, and they also were like always we do stop buys, and so we'll just go over those. So Blink, um, if the stock can load. So yeah, Blink, we had an open strong buy, and it was up 45% before it came down. So again, same concept, since it's crossed the 30%, we've moved our stop loss 10% above, so this would have been stopped out. But in terms of the signal from the video, it didn't get fulfilled. The next one, Grab, was I believe the same. We had a buy at 552, didn't fulfill. It also didn't do well on the latest earnings. And I think I explained in the video, like, Grab seems quite volatile. Our P&L report for Grab seemed like we kept hitting the stop loss, or there was a shoot up and then again, a shoot back down. So that's why you get these big swings. But yeah, let's see where this stock goes in terms of the buy position. It's not fulfilled. We'll wait like 2 more weeks, because we usually wait 4 weeks, and we'll see if that buy position gets fulfilled. Moving on, Sound did really well. 26% on the day in reaction to the earnings, and 34% on the week. So this stock is quite volatile and can move quite fast. As you saw in the previous, video, we've got like a 900% return on our first strong buy and then another 900% on the second strong buy. So that total was like an 1800% gain on that stock, which have been amazing. In terms of the movement right now, we're getting a reversal. It's building a slow trend in the upward direction. We're getting larger candles now. So let's see how this moves. And in terms of the buy, it was at 1356. It got fulfilled, and right now we're closed, I believe, 1 cent below 1355. So let's see where this goes. And we are currently in this. Sorry, if you were part of the video and if you follow that signal, you would have been in this position. We aren't in this position, but yeah. Viking Therapeutics was the next one. This one also, I believe, was fulfilled in terms of the signal. Um, so yeah, we had a buy signal at 35.22. You would have been up 7.6% as of today. In terms of our strong buy signal, you would have been up 21%. So I believe this stock moved up this week quite a bit because other pharmaceutical stocks weren't doing too well, and there was a possibility that Viking Therapeutics could capture some of that, lost market share or lost potential. And so that's why I believe this stock was moving. And this stock would be interesting to see if it could retrace back all the way to, its $56 range, which would be a good run. Again, based on the previous videos and our strong buy signals, it has done quite well, up 900% and 700%. So curious to see if it can do some of these runs again. And then I believe in the previous video we had ATAI and SMCI. Both these I believe did not fulfill, and both of them I think had bad weeks. Um, no, sorry, not ATAI. ATAI, we had the couple of buys. You would have been up 100%. I'm not too sure if you would have followed this last one because it seems already stretched quite a bit. But if you did, that you would be down 4%. And I'm curious if this stock will start retracing back down or shoot past that and keep going. But I'd be wary of this one, even though in the strategy, obviously it's getting its stop loss from the latest swing low. But when you have a stock that's stretched like this, your swing low is going to be quite low at maybe $2 or something. So I wouldn't wait till you go all the way there. If you see the breakdown, I'd get out, just because of how much the stock has moved. And the next one was SMCI. This one reacted quite bad to earnings. Um, in terms of our signal, because it was a stop buy, we never got fulfilled, so we kind of missed this whole drop, which is kind of good. But yeah, it reacted bad to earnings, and we'll see how this stock, continues to move. And in terms of overall, it's done quite well. So I wouldn't be you know, too worried about the stock. Just wait for it to come back down, get some good earnings, and see if it starts doing the next run up. All right, moving on to the strategy performance page that I worked so hard to make. Basically, it's just you could think of it like a log or like a ledger, and I'm taking all the stocks that we go through, whether it is through Ticker Tuesday or customer requests or YouTube content or even our picks, and I'm posting it so that people can see the history of how the stock has performed. And it's just a way that it's all in one page. You don't have to keep going and looking all over on my YouTube channel or on the post here. Just a way to organize everything. So the one thing that we're gonna keep, um, just to keep it fair, is we won't post live updates. So it's not a page that you can go and see. If there's a signal, we'll post it after our subscribers have had time to act on the signals and get some decent gains, at least at 30% cut over or 20% before we post it. And so yeah, it's just a page shows you all the strong buy signals. Obviously, we didn't put all the signals of the strong buy and the buy. If you do want the buy signals or even the profit and loss breakdowns, and even any active signals that are coming this week, you can always head on to our website. It's the price of a coffee. It's just $5. You can scan a stock and you can scan it how many every times you want. So yeah, that'd be a good way to support me. And so this is how it is. I have the stock name, and like SMCI, for example, the total return if you followed all our strong buys would be 3,690%, which is pretty amazing for just following a strategy based on some code that I wrote. But yeah, so it'll give you the trade IDs, the week, the signal type, obviously the stop buy, stop loss, and the return, and then the sum of all this is basically that 3,690. And in terms of rating the table, it's just you group the same trade ID. So trade one and trade one will give you the buy and the sell. So you would bought this stock on 1st June 2020 and the week of 1st June 2020. So probably on the Monday through Friday, it'll trigger somewhere there. And then you would have sold it in 23. So, 3-year hold, 900%. And some of them are even shorter. Um, so yeah, that's how you read that table. What I did find interesting is some of the stocks, even though they have moved quite a bit, our strategy or my code didn't pick up some of the strong buys. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Basically, my strategy strong buys didn't pick up that move, but the buys did. And so, for example, RGTI, the total max return for a strong buy was only if I 30% here. I think, yeah, 30%. Again, this is sorted, so you can search by it, and you can filter whatever. So it was only 30%, but the max return on the buy signals was 1,000%, which is pretty insane. So if I pull up this, the stock here, if it'll load, um, so yeah, our strong buy never picked up this run over here, but our buy it did, and so yeah, so that's that buy 1,700% from the buy, and you had a lot of little buys going, but our strong buy, which was this green one, is only 30%. So yeah, if you want to see all that and all those signals, head on to the website, and it's just $5 a stock, so quite good. In terms of the data set, we're doing 5 years worth of data, which is quite a lot. So from 2020 to date, we can go back if you really want to see it. When you do purchase it, just request like, oh, I want to see 10 years worth of data or something like that. And I'd be curious to see as well, but I just don't have the time to go over it. But yeah, so this would be a log that will keep updating as and when we get new tickers from whichever avenue or stream that it comes through. But really interesting to see all these signals. Obviously, we put also the ones that are bad. We don't want to just make it look like this thing is all, roses and profits and Lamborghini money. But we did do some. The strategy doesn't do well for some of the stocks. Like for example, Leslie's. We even publicly had a public signal on Leslie, which didn't do well, and that's that stop loss. So obviously, adding up all that was 97%. So quite a bad stock if you just followed our strategy on that. But it's just our way or my way to be honest, and show you how the strategy is performing. So yeah, that's all for this week. I think there was one public signal based on my last video, which was OMCL. Um, in terms of the stock, fundamentally really good. Um, in terms of earnings, it's beat quite a lot of earnings for all the way from 23 till now. Stock hasn't moved quite a bit. We still have that open. Uh, Let me just try to get this a little bit closer for you guys. Yeah, we still have that open strong buy position, I believe, or buy, I forget. So we'll wait for 3 to 4 weeks and see if it'll actually cross that and we get fulfilled. I would expect the stock to move quite a bit just because it hasn't moved. You know, from 23 till now, it's in this box. Um, and the stock has had a high of 180. So that's 6 times where you are sitting at right now. If the momentum keeps going and they keep beating earnings, sorry, I definitely would see the stock doing quite well. Again, in terms of concept, what they are, they're just a medication software company. They work in healthcare systems and pharmacies. They use intelligence. I'm curious if they're going to do the AI play or maybe include AI and see how that affects the stock as well. But yeah, let's see where this stock does and in terms of our signal. But other than that, you know, um, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being patient. And even when I dropped the ball on Tuesday, so sorry about that. It means a lot that you watch these videos. Honestly, give me some feedback. Maybe give me some ideas if you want to do some analysis on some stocks. But yeah, I'll be ready with Ticker Tuesday on Tuesday, post on Blossom. And as always, stay data driven, stay patient, and I'll see you next week, hopefully with more submissions and fewer mishaps on my side. So, yeah, take care, guys.